Professional packing tips from Secure Moving. Since 1981, our professional packers have packed hundreds of thousands of boxes in New Jersey. We have the knowledge, the experience, and the material to get the job done for you the right way. But we also understand that people sometimes pack themselves. So here are some professional packing tips that we are happy to share with you.
Hi, I'm Ronald McQuaid with Secure Moving. Today I'm here with Steve, one of our professional packers, and we're going to show you how to pack a lamp and a lampshade properly. Some of the cartons that we use to pack the lamps and the lampshades, depending on the size of the lampshade, we have mediums, large, and extra large boxes. We'll start by first packing the lampshade. Steve will start taking the lampshade apart. We always remove the harp from the lampshade, especially some of the more fragile silk lampshades. As you see, he unscrewed it right from the top, and then he'll remove the harp off the lamp. Anytime you're packing a real fragile lampshade like this, you always want to make sure that the harp comes out of the lampshade. If the box got turned on its side anyway, the harp could fall down into the lampshade and tear the inside of the shade. So this is prepped and ready to go. And now we'll start with the box. Anytime we're packing a lampshade, we always line the inside of the box with packing paper. We don't just want to put a lampshade in the box without any protection. Good. Just a couple of sheets of paper just like that to provide some cushioning for the lampshade to ride. This shade fits perfect in this medium box. Like I said, if you run across a shade that's a little bit bigger and exceeds the dimensions of the box, then you have to go one step up to the next size box. You want to make sure that there's no pressure on any of the shade while it's packed. These boxes, the drivers and the loaders know that they're lighter than an average box, and these are always loaded towards the top of the tier. Go ahead, Steve. Steve will now crinkle up some paper, put around the lampshade very, very loosely. We won't put anything in or against the shade real tight. And then he'll put one or two sheets of paper right across the top of the shade. It keeps it secure and in place, but there isn't too much paper on the shade. We don't have too much paper on the lampshade to leave any pressure on the shade. Now for the harp, he'll wrap the harp up in a piece of paper, and we're going to put that in an area of the box where it's not going to even touch the shade, but it's still going to be with the shade when we unpack it. So we'll tape this. We tape that right to the outside lid of the box so that we know that the harp is with the shade when we unpack it. And then we seal the box up. Now for the lamps, we make sure we use a bit of a taller box. Our dish pack or our 5.2 are perfect for lamps. They're 27 inches tall. It's a nice heavy-duty corrugated box. It's twice as thick as a regular box. It's not only rated for a lot of weight to be in the box, once the box is sealed up, it's also rated to support a substantial amount of weight. So these are the boxes that we like to use for our lamps. They have arrows on them so that when the loaders load them, we know to keep them standing upright. They'll never get laid down on their sides. Now to start off a lamp box, Steve will fill it up with about 10 sheets of crinkled up packing paper just to put into the bottom of the box. Now you'll see the box is a little bit bigger than the dimensions of the lamp. We're going to wrap the lamp up in a paper pad to put in the box also, but you can also fill the voids in that box with other things that are in that room. We'll have some glass shelves to wrap up to put down in the side of the box, keep these standing upright. We'll have some other small pictures and paintings that we can wrap up and put in the box also. Are you ready to do the lamp, Steve?
Yes.
All right. Steve will get a paper pad to first wrap the lamp and protect the lamp. If there was a light bulb, we would take the light bulb out and wrap that separately and never leave the harp on the lamp. It'd be too tall for the box and it could bend. Simply lay the lamp in the pad. Roll it up. Little fluffy is good. Now you'll see the lamp's a little thicker, a little cushioning all around it. Steve will put it right into the box. And there it is, properly packed and wrapped lamp. A little bit of void on the outside edge of the box. So what we'll do to fill that void, like Steve's already doing, we'll wrap up some thin pictures or some glass shelves just to slide in with the box. Sometimes some cushions or some other little knickknacks can go in there with it. And in some cases, if you have thin lamps, you can get 2 lamps in one box. Can never use enough packing paper. Packing paper we use to wrap and protect all kinds of pieces. Makes it real convenient. And as you can see, he's wrapping the glass shelves. He's putting a piece of paper in between each shelf so that in case there's any little sand or any little dust particles in there, it doesn't scratch the shelves. And then he'll finish it off wrapping it with about 3 or 4 sheets of paper, make a nice thick package. Now in some cases you will run into lamps that are a little bit taller than the dish pack box. Now what we do in a case like that is we would cap the box. We'll let Steve finish that one off with some paper and I'll talk to you a little bit about capping a box. The dimensions of a lot of these boxes are similar, although they're different size and they're used for different applications. And if you had an instance where the lamp was taller than the allotted box, you could take a box that has the similar dimensions and slip it over top of the other box. It makes an extended box or a capped box. It's real convenient for tall pieces like that. Plenty of paper for plenty of cushioning and stuffing in the box is imperative. You want to fill the voids. A lot of cases, like we were talking about, some little knickknacks, cushions, other little things that could be in that room could also fill those voids. A couple more pieces to finish it off and then we'll tape it up. That's great. Just like this, nice and tight, and then we'll tape it up. Again, we tape each seam of the box. That's a properly packed lamp and lampshade ready to go. Now, if we had a lampshade, these are some samples of some of the other size boxes that we offer. Sometimes the lampshades are a little bit bigger or a little bit wider. And then you would just take the next step up. This box is a little bit taller, a little bit wider. And then we have one even bigger than that. We offer an extra large box. And as you can tell from the difference from the large to the extra large, not many lampshades are this big, but we do have the box to handle pretty much any size lampshade that you have. Steve, thank you very much. And that's how you pack a lamp and a lampshade.